Welcome inside your TFC Plays of the Month countdown for August. Now, usually we like to show some love for some defensive performances and shake things up, but this month is a rare exception. We had a plethora of goals, 11 to be exact, so you know this countdown is going to be full of them. We'll begin at number 5, and a recent signing for Toronto FC, the Canadian international Tosaint Ricketts. It was a midweek fixture at BMO Field, and they were hosting Real Salt Lake. And this was just a little taste of some of the attributes that Ricketts brings to the table. His speed specifically, it is killer. And if you blink, you just might miss it.
Comes towards Tosaint Ricketts, it's Ricketts! Tosaint Ricketts, the Canadian international, breaks the deadlock here with his first Toronto FC goal. Greg Vanney makes the change, and it pays off.
What is it about the Reds in Texas? That state seems to be synonymous with rain delays. Last year it happened in Dallas. This year it happened in Houston. I was exhausted, and all I was doing was eating jumbo pretzels and sitting in the press box. I can't imagine what it would be like to have to play after a delay like that. But the rain wouldn't let up, neither would the lightning, so MLS deemed that the game had to be postponed by a full 24 hours. So the next day, same time, same place, the game was finally able to be played. I'm going to admit it, it wasn't the prettiest, but this goal, however, textbook. Have a look for yourself at number 4.
Top of the area again. No! Second chance, and he makes good. Jozy Altidore. We're tied at 1.
And by the way, this is not an easy finish, as I felt needed to use a lot of power, but perfect execution.
While it is the city of brotherly love, there was no love lost between these two sides, still jockeying for playoff positioning. Heading into this match, TFC was sitting in second place, while the Philadelphia Union were in 4th in the Eastern Conference, but only separated by 3 points. The Reds marched into Talon Energy Stadium with a point to prove, considering that they hadn't won on the road since April 23rd. It was necessary. 3 goals sealed the victory, and all 3 goals were nominated for MLS Goal of the Week. But this one in particular is my personal favorite. Just observe how Jozy Altidore draws in 3 Union players, and no one even suspects Drew Moore.
Here's Bradley. It's into the mixer. Oh, and what a finish by Drew Moore, and it's 2-1.
This is an excellent ball in from Michael Bradley, curling away from Blake. He can't come off. How poor is a marking from Philadelphia there. Drew Moore lying on the grass all alone, and that is such a straightforward goal. Well taken, well executed from Toronto, but very poor on behalf of the Union, who find themselves down a goal again.
When I said that all 3 goals from that Philadelphia game were nominated for MLS Goal of the Week, I wasn't kidding. And we're going to show you another one. And yes, you probably noticed that Jozy Altidore is a bit of a theme in this countdown, but he's been vital to the Reds' success. Not only has he been scoring goals at a consistent rate, but he's also been tracking back and doing all of the defensive work. Take a look at this goal in particular. It starts all the way at the back of the field with Steven Beitashour. It builds up, involving as many TFC players as possible, and then it's capped off with Jozy Altidore using his strength, and the Union, sorry, but they had no chance.
Johnson for Altidore. Good work by the strong Altidore. Oh my goodness! There's the value of a bull like Jozy Altidore.
That's a sensational goal. That is just an excellent finish. Blake can only watch it. That's superb work.
I have a little piece of advice. If you're the opposition, it's probably wise to put a man or like 5 on Sebastian Giovinco, because if you give him any time or space, he's going to make you pay. This game in particular against New England Revolution, he scored his 2nd hat-trick in 4 games. And after it, I asked Seba, do you visualize these spectacular goals? And he simply chalked it up to instinct. And that's something that separates Sebastian Giovinco from the rest of us. He's in a class of his own, and he does things that cannot be replicated. Take a look for yourself at number 1.
Giovinco tries to track that down, can't get there ahead of Rowe. Play carries on. Giovinco curls one. Oh my goodness! Have you ever?
And Giovinco says, I'll pick that up and I'll have a crack from here. Right at the edge of the area. And Bobby Shuttleworth is grasping again at thin air.
September will be a crucial month for the Reds. All 4 games will be played against Eastern Conference opponents, but first they will have to take on a road match against the Chicago Fire September 10th. As always, if you want to stay in the loop and get caught up on your content, you can head over to TorontoFC.ca. I'm Danielle Manuel, and those were your plays of the month.